Good morning, YouTube. From Lord Robert Firestone, aka Lord Bobby. 10:02 a.m. Year of our Lord, February 4th, 2021. All right. I had an aha moment this morning, or an epiphany, and I'm sure other people's thought about this too. I'm not the only described crazy person out here on the internet. So I'm eating the rest of my breakfast. I'm going to make a V12. But anyway, start thinking about this. Okay, internet. We done a short history on it, have an understanding where it come from, and what its real purpose was to be. Okay, this was to be a controlled grid against the world's people. Okay, being, if I'm not mistaken, I ain't looked that up yet, but somebody hopefully has. It was launched here, or the world maybe, I don't know where it was launched first. We know it was DARPANet. We know it was military. We know all the wrong people was the ones that actually seen the future of it and what its ability could be. Okay. Now, I've heard from the young, the old, somewhere in the middle, um, wealthy, poor, somewhere in the middle, black, white, brown, tan, somewhere in the middle. Okay, all different classifications of people about the internet. Okay, I've heard these people say this. Okay, some on the internet and some people out in public, and I always found it strange. And like I said, it hit me this morning. Why now? I don't know, but it did. Um, that we're not to trust the internet. Okay, and at least here in the United States. Okay, that's all I can speak for. Okay, that's all I know, because a lot of the information that we see and hear, unless we have somebody on the other end giving us the information that we can say is a trusted source or we trust, we don't know what is real and what's not. Okay, they tell us, and I've heard this out of people, you can't trust the internet. Okay, for y'all people that's saying this, all classifications, some 0 to whatever, if that is the case, why is it that we can see and have an understanding and know, okay, this is from people that's been there, having an understanding on how it's run, how it's orchestrated, what is allowed and what's not allowed, and that being China, CCP, okay, understanding CCP is basically the government's military. Okay, they will not allow, okay, forgive me, they will not allow their people to have different sources of information other than what they want to give them. Okay? What they want to spoon feed to their people. Well, They're people pretty damn smart because they have an understanding what is being spoon fed to them is mostly propaganda and lie. Okay. Now we're sitting over here. We're supposed to be not trusting the biggest source of information in the world sitting in front of every one of us, or a communication device that you can lay in your hand that does the same thing, okay, connected to pretty much every source of information in the entire fucking world, but we're not supposed to trust it. Now, y'all weigh your balances. For if you had a faction known as the CCP that's spoon-feeding you sources of information that they want to give you and try to make you believe their propaganda and bullshit, okay, versus an open market known as the Internet of Things here in the United States, okay, even though we're getting bombarded by the censorship, okay, do you not understand they are wanting to be like China against us? So, for you the ones that want to run around and holler that you can't trust the internet, you might want to see first who you're talking about. Because there is people that are trying their damnedest to make the internet a place of non-trust. And most of us out here that's got a half a brain and a couple neurons to rub together see it for ourselves. Okay? I won't go into no big detail on Ron DeSantis down in Florida. But from what I'm seeing and hearing, he's moving forward in a good way. But we always got to have an understanding he's a politician. To have a little self-doubt, to me, is wisdom. Okay, that's how I see it. So, Mr. DeSantis is somebody of questionable taste and value. Okay, his goods and his bads, just like the rest of us. But what he's doing now with the Internet of Things, it sounds all good and proper. And it sounds like he's heading in the right direction, okay, for us, okay. But mainly it's for the political parties. Okay, now we'll get back to the CCP in the United States and the history of our internet. And the internet was supposed to be a controlling factor. It was supposed to be the grid to control all of our minds, which in its own horrifying way it is, okay? But man and his stupidity again, they always look at the outcome that they're looking for, okay, and seeing in the future. The problem of it is they always forget about we the people. We are the bucket of wrenches constantly throwing shit into their gears. It's almost like they forget about us completely, but at the same time they're trying to control us completely. This makes no sense to me. Okay. Uh, that's like our fiat currency. Everybody hollers. Oh, we're in trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of debt. Please go look up the long term, not the, or the long definition, not the short definition of fiat currency. Okay? Once you find it, read it real carefully. See what it says. Okay, now, we're all this trillions in debt. How is it that something that's fake creating something real? Most people don't understand this is also part of their bullshit illusion. Okay. Along with our internet. They're running around trying to censor the shit out of people like me and everybody else out there. At the same time, they're trying to say they're there to help us. Okay. Damn, if that don't sound like a dictator to me, hands down. And you look at the factoid known as the CCP and how they run their damn government and its people, okay? It's the same ball of wax, just different name, okay? YouTube, Google, Yahoo. So, how is it that we have the biggest source of information in the fucking world sitting in front of all of us? Anything and everything that you would ever want to know, okay, at just a touch of our fingers, excuse me. And they tell us it's an untrusted source. But it's being used every day to manipulate us, okay, saying we're an untrusted source. So this shell game that they keep playing is trying to convince us that these people are lying to us, okay, but they're not willing to give sources of information on who, what, when, where, 99% of the time. So now we got one country that's telling its people, or doing to its people, not telling them shit, just doing, cutting off all sources of information, good, bad, and the ugly, from their people because they do not want them to know things known as truth. And over here, they're doing the same thing. But see, they're supposed to here have proof and evidence on why. But they're running their business just like a Chinese organization known as the CCP. So critical thinking is telling me, and I know a lot of y'all have done wised up to this, maybe many different avenues of our Lord speaking to us and our brain matter coming together and saying, hey, aha, they're lying. So what's, and I've heard large groups of different people. Like I said, old, young, middle age, black, white, different incomes, different education levels. I've heard it out of all of them. Well, you can't believe everything you hear on the fucking internet. Well, maybe you might want to try another source, dumbass. Because there's thousands, not just fucking one on a channel, on a news station somewhere known as CNN, ABC, or these regular lamestream, dumbass fucking media sources that's been hired to play your silly putty mind. Okay? This ain't geared towards anyone that subscribes to me, or anyone that's got a brain to think for themselves. But maybe it may be a good source to turn the people that wants to run around. Well, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. Well, if that's the case, why is the CCP cutting off all sources of information to its people? Aha! Ding dong. Got one country cutting off all sources of information from the internet from its people. Okay? They fight and scratch just to get around the bullshit, just to know the damn truth. They take the time to find it out. I'm hearing from people, they got to pass money around with notes on it in the streets just to get a message to one of their people, friend, family, for whoever. Then when the money gets filled up with notes, okay, it ain't never mentioning names, dates, places, okay? It's just notes. People over there that's visiting, they're seeing money laying close to DIs, which is called a drop inlet, in the street and other places in the trash, wondering why there's money laying there, and they pick it up and they can't even hardly see the denomination of the bill because of the notes. But you got these foolish idiots. You can't believe what's on the internet. Oh, there's more than one fucking source. Or is it you're too lazy to go see because you're so constructively programmed by the box that you live in that you think there's nothing else? Have you been that convinced? Okay, me growing up, and I remember y'all, I know y'all remember, if any of you out there are about my age, um, 10 years old, the town that I lived in, Roanoke, Virginia, okay, 5 at the most stations on your TV. They accomplished what they set out to do, the DARPANET. And what I mean by this is there are so many resources of truth, lies, and everything else that it's like the 5 o'clock traffic in New York most of the time. Eventually, truth makes it home after sitting in traffic 3.5, 4 hours. Okay? It finally makes its way through all the random bullshit lights, corner to corner, buses stopping in front of you, ambulances got to get down through there, y'all moving out of the way. It's the same principle if you forethought. Okay. Now, it has bombarded us so much that I was doing this months and months and months ago and didn't realize there's some people that I've had in my downloads and feeds for many years. Okay. I trusted them and trust them that much. Some's disappeared. Some's been gotten rid of. Okay. But I still got them there. Okay. Then the ones that I watch, I'll go and listen to, and they make all the sense in the world. And it'll be going on about a week or so. Then all of a sudden, it's like they exited stage left and then went completely off script on what they was doing in the correct manner. And I'm like, get rid of these fucking idiots. Having an understanding here what had just been done to me. Okay? This works just the same way with these senators, congressmen, and everybody else. Okay? Poor old stack shit high Ted Cruz, he's one of the ones that's doing this right now. Okay? Trying to claim that there wasn't the fraud when we know there fucking was in every truth of the matter. Then last night I get a feed from somebody letting me know that I think it's an Italian prime minister, proof, evidence, real time, and can show it to everybody, which I spoke with this a couple weeks ago. Now it's popping back up again. Get closer and closer to that due date on when they want to try to rub that silly ass or run that silly ass rubber 24-foot dildo up Trump's ass. It ain't gonna work. Okay? Showing just this alone from another fucking individual from another fucking country. The first thing that needs to be asked, how did he have a source to watch such things? Or if it was not rigged in the first place. Forgive me, y'all. Hang on. Okay. Then Mike Lindell, we all know who this is, my pillow fella. They've been running around trying their best to destroy this man. And the will of the people and the Lord, because Mike Lindell's a Christian man too, flipped it on him. And his income level that they tried to destroy him from, like there was some kind of God, and everybody shopped at their fucking stores, was going to make some kind of big difference in this man's life by taking his income. Well, you dumb bastards, if anything, what you've done was increase this man's fold by probably double. So if I was Mike Lindell, I would be sending y'all a letter and make sure to get out on the internet, every one of them, thanking you all for your stupidity. Because you lost income. He did not. That's usually how it goes when the evil tries to reach out and touch somebody that God's got his hands on. I'm nobody of any significant value. I don't walk on water, but I've seen it for myself in my own life. And when it happened, the scriptures rung in my head and Bobby, pay attention. I showed you. I had an individual who was working for a basement waterproofing company, making pretty good money. Okay. Another type of phase of plumbing, okay, is moving water. Okay, unwanted water. We end up with a new Dodge diesel dump truck. Okay. Being that I wasn't the only one that smoked in this truck, headliner ends up getting a burn in it. Okay. They decide to be faux Christians. That's what these people was claiming to be, was Christian men. Okay. So they figured it was okay to take a chunk of our money out of each one of our paychecks to pay for this headliner. Okay. None of us, okay, I didn't do it. The other two men in the truck said they didn't do it. So they had no proof of any of this. Okay. That any of us done it. Okay. We know one of us had to have done it because we was supposedly the only three that this got done to. Okay. The weird part was for us, the truck was parked in a garage in Salem over the weekend, and the hole wasn't found till Monday by one of the said Christian owners. Okay. For him to accuse, okay, us three, which seemed like the fair thing, okay. It wasn't long after this, come to find out, that one of the owners had done got comfortable, fat, and happy with making large sums of money, and was putting and doing and using his money in some wrong, unethical places. Well, the bullcrap rolled downhill. Okay. They had to end up still paying us, okay, for that. Then it wasn't long after that they had to file bankruptcy. Then I end up seeing one of the owners working as a assistant manager in a Golden Corral. So the Lord took me through the whole scenario to put me right there in front of that man. And the man didn't even know who I even was. And we're talking less than 6 months. All this happened. I won't divulge what I left, but I left him a tip, and I wrote on the back of the receipt something to him personally. Okay? And I watched him lose his whole livelihood by his forethoughts of things. But anyway, that's another story. And main thing was I get on here and I had that aha moment between CCP and the United States and the internet. So they're running around trying to censor us from the rest of the main population, trying to say, oh, there's all kinds of stories, But if it was some bullshit, or we was going along to get along with their narrative, we wouldn't have no problems. Just like the CCP. But the CCP, they don't give their people that opportunity. Okay? They automatically shut down anything that could get to their people that's going to show or tell their people the truth. So we all got to come to a realization here with our internet. Okay? Yes, there is a lot of redundant, stupid shit on the internet. But being that we have the First Amendment, we're allowed to do that. And we don't need no gatekeepers known as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, running around trying to tell me, a grown-ass man, 50-some years old, or any of you out there, what you can and you can't listen to or watch. Then I've had the argument with these dumbasses with YouTube, and I know damn well they do not have all of the copyrights to every known song in this world. Because if they did, that means the artist wouldn't have control over his or her song. But they have the ability to tell me what I can and can't as a creator in this crazy world, what I can and can't put on my video. When all I'm doing is giving free airtime to said entertainer that I make no money from, I make no monetize from knowing this. So to have a copyright strike, okay, there's got to be a crime committed. I don't make money from it. Or do they get I'm copywriting anybody? I'm not doing nothing fraudulent. Like I said, I'm just giving said entertainer more airtime for his or her song or his or her video. And I know there's a lot of you out there don't listen to rap, but Tom MacDonald has gotten so big in Canada that he's even ended up on Fox News. And if y'all get a chance to go look and listen to the words fake woke, please go forward and listen. Because there's him and a few others that puts a message across to us. And I've been saying it for years, and this proves what I was saying. That we've been told the truth through our music. Okay? and our stupid ass movies and TV shows. If this don't prove it, nothing else would. Because how it blew up, how fast it blew up, and how many people liked it and understood the message. So yeah, it's been going on for a long time. And all different classifications and genres of music and our TV and our movies. If you understand what the message is trying to be taught to you. And 80-90% of the time, it's a truth in it. Peace dog, y'all. Didn't want it to go this long. But we got to have an understanding here. You got one country that's blocking all, okay, other than what they want their people to see, hear, and understand, their propaganda bullshit, versus over here in the United States that's getting done the same way, but in a different way. So Facebook and all of them are pulling the same tactics as the CCP. Same shit. Just different ways of doing it. And DARPANET done and set out what they wanted to do, but at the same time, I don't think they knew the chaos that was going to come behind it, other than they wanted to create it, the chaos. And we helped them. Because as many lies, deceit, and everything else there is on the internet in front of us, this resource of information is worldwide. Okay? And I will be tuned in, hopefully, to our president's impeachment. I think it would be funny, or if any y'all out there could get to a farmer. I know it's late in the year or whatever, but if y'all could find some peaches and somehow or another have them delivered to that meeting, maybe just as a gift. If it ain't nothing but 5 baskets full of peaches delivered to the floor of that bullshit that's going down, it would be so funny, because I hope that what I'm hearing, I think it's called Odin, gets done. That when they start trying to push in buttons on them cameras, oh my God, Trump's telling the fucking truth. Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. Oh, I'm burning. Oh, I'm melting. I hope Odin is another button's pushed and they can't cut their feeds. So the dumb, unaware people that's out here running around living in that box, and that box has gotten small. I hope they get to hear the truth. I pray to God they get to hear the truth. I hope it runs through their head like a fucking horror movie. Just so they start doing something that the Lord give them, and it's called critical thinking, the gray matter. Oh my God, it hurts. I hope that happens. And y'all, please pray for that. Spread it far and wide as much as you can. Because it's always about we the people. Isn't it? Who controls us? Well, the Big Boy Club has a big fucking hole in it right now, from the stock market, from everyday chemicals. Oh, the patent's about ready to be, the date's about ready to run out on the patent for the adrenochrome. And DuPont owns it. So whatever and whoever can get these things out there and have an understanding, the Peachtree, The tallest branch in it, the 100-year-old peach tree, the tallest branch is a real strong son of a bitch and got a lot of ropes on it. And they will be hanging themselves that day. And I hope to God that, like I said, if I'm right about the information, Odin gets played on these idiots because all this military is still there, and it's still being unloaded daily. Whether y'all know this or not, the back channels is saying this. Also, the back channels has done showed a list of Trump's new cabinet members. I won't go into who, what, when, or where, but y'all already know a lot of the faces. Y'all already know a lot of the individuals behind it. And the new government is being set up. Okay. A man of Trump's quality and standards, okay, he's not going to be running around playing games with people. The only people he's playing games with is the idiots that's trying to harm him and us. Peace.